CWG Group saw a 428.4% year-on-year increase in profit after tax, coming in at 3.04 billion in the year 2024, with revenues hitting 46.3 billion naira in the period under review. The group CEO of CWG, Adewale Adeyipo, joins me now to unpack the drivers of the 2024 performance and the company's near-term growth plans. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you on the show with us today.
Thank you, Esther.
Remarkable performance, 428.4% year-on-year growth. Help us understand, walk us through the key drivers.
Thank you, Esther, again. The story of CWG is one of a stable evolution over the years. In the last 3 decades, we've seen the major organizational transformation within CWG, largely driven by technology advancement, new trends, and of course the appetite for technology consumption in the territories and the industries where we do business today. Of course, changes in consumer behavior and what we call our strategic focus and priority from time to time has also influenced most of this decision. But if you check our history over the years, we've seen how we've done our transition, for example, from an infrastructure, a hardware infrastructure powerhouse to a software development organization. Now we're moving into what we consider building our own platform and building our own intellectual properties, leveraging technology, creating solutions while also closing the gaps and the deficiency that can help propel greater prosperity within the Sub-Saharan African region. And we must say this has been quite helpful for the organization. And if you follow the trend also for us, we will say the strategic shift for us in the last 5 years is also towards where the industry is heading to, and also quite helpful towards the areas where we want to play within.
When you say where the industry is heading to, could you give us some insight on that, specific?
Okay, so absolutely, if you see what we've done over the years, we started by just deploying technology and reselling most of the technology that we have, global technologies that we have all over the world. But the peculiarity of the challenges that we have in Nigeria and in Sub-Saharan Africa today require us to have some deep understanding and also have the ability to be able to create a unique tailored solution that can address specific problem in this area. So our transition also is moving towards that area by honing platforms and building intellectual properties that can address some of the issues that we have in this part of the world.
Was it last week I had a conversation with a guest on data center, data market for Nigeria? That's something you're also into. Talk to us about that. I know there's been some significant capital injection into that. What can you tell us?
Yes, so if you check the pace of technology development also in this part of the world, it's been quite remarkable, but I think we could do more. But in order for us to do that, there must be sufficient digital infrastructure to be able to carry the potentials of what we have in here, especially if you consider the population size and the rate of creativity in this part of the world. So as part of our contribution to that also is expanding on that digital infrastructure space. Our cloud initiative also in CWG running under our fintech subsidiary is quite very robust, and it's one major area that we will be focusing on in the next 2 to 3 years.
Does that include a 5G rollout?
Yes, apparently we have some sufficient partnership to also help within the 5G rollout. We're a big player within the telecommunication space also, and we work with one of the biggest players within the Sub-Saharan African zone to be able to enhance on that also. Providing services within that ecosystem, because what you must understand also is 5G is 5G, but the solutioning and the ecosystem, the value chain within that space is also something that we must benefit from this region.
Now, obviously, looking at these numbers, shareholders are happy. But talk to us in terms of what they can expect this year, highlights for you as a company. You're building on a 5-year strategy that has paid off. You've had some key partnerships that are significant to the business, that has also paid off. But in terms of specific highlights for this year, what should we expect? Okay,
first, we've had a very good run in the last 5 years. I call it progressive. If you also check our earnings per share for 2024, we had over 430% increase in terms of our earnings per share. We've made significant investment in our digital business, in our platform business, even across our operations in West Africa and East Africa. The scale in which we achieved last year, we believe we will be projecting for almost 4 times, 5 times that proportion in 2025.
Would that include new expansions, or you're just going to build on what you already have? I know you have, But let me let you say that.
Yes, so there will be new expansion of the East African space, where we're expanding to 2 other East African operations. It's at the early stage, but if you look at the traction and the milestone that we achieved within a very short time, we're projecting a very high upside within this region. And of course, Nigeria also being our primary market, we've expanded largely in terms of our capacity to deliver, going back the investment also we've done in our fintech subsidiary called Fifth Lab. A lot of the milestones in our payment platform, in our banking modernization that we had last year. For example, we added 16 new financial institutions last year on our banking modernization. A lot more is coming into the space, a lot of capital injection also we're expecting into the space. And I'm very confident and very bullish about what we're projecting for the next 2 financial years.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much, Adewale, for talking to us today. We appreciate your time on the show. That was the Group CEO of CWG, Adewale Adeyipo, talking about the company's 2024 earnings and, of course, what to expect in terms of company strategy for this year.